surprise for you. So, before we get started, my name is Diogo. I'm Dr. Diogo. I'm a dentist from Brazil. I'm the GST app lead instructor. And now I'm here located in Miami, United States. So let's start with this question. What is a 3D design project? So let's read with me. A 3D design is a process that helps engineers design prototypes before final products are manufactured. And when it's applied to dentistry, a 3D design is a process of using digital technology to help dental professionals and patients test the final treatment before any procedures. Once the prototype, which is the new smile, has been tested, then the dentist can proceed with the fabrication of a final procedures and restorations. So what is a 3D smile design when it comes to the GSD app? So it refers to the concept of projecting a person's smile into a three-dimensional spacing according to the oral facial analysis. And what does it mean to you, the dentist? It means that you can get an increased efficiency, you can get a higher predictability of the final outcome, and of course, you can get increased case acceptance. What does it mean to your patient? So when you design a 3D design and bring it to reality, it means that you now have a better communication with your patient. And now you get increased confidence. And what does that mean? It means that your patient now get a higher confidence on your work because now the patient can see their potential new smile. So let's get started with the GSD app. So using the 3D design workflow, we use 6 steps. The first step is a calibration. You will calibrate the STL within the app. The STL is the intraoral scan, and you will also calibrate that STL within a patient frontal facial smile. Then you will create the smile design, the facially driven smile design. Once you finish that part, you will then go to a 3D design, which what we will be covering today. After you do the 3D design, you then go and do your digital walks-up. Going on the 5th step, you will export and save. And on the 6th step, you will be presenting that case to your patient. So before we continue here, I just want to make sure, can you guys let me know if you guys are listening to what I am saying? And if you guys are able to see what I am showing. Perfect. Thank you. Great. Thank you, guys. All right, so let's continue. I will now do my demonstration with the DSD app. If you have not downloaded the app yet, you can go on your app store and download the DSD app by Coachman, and you'll be able to see everything that I'm showing here right now in your app as well. All right? Okay, so let's get started. I'm getting here my iPad. All right, guys. So on your top left, you'll be able to see the menu bar. So you tap on that menu bar. And today, as I'm saying that we will do an introduction of a 3D smile design, I want you to also practice. Hi, Maribel. Well, so Maribel is asking if I want you guys to also use the app right now. It ups to you. I will try to explain to cover everything that I can, but maybe due time, it might be a little hard for you to follow and watch at the same time. But please feel free to do what is more convenient for you. Okay. So going back into our app, we have here the menu bar, and this is an introduction of a 3D design. So I want you guys to practice. The more we practice, the better we become. And thinking of that, GST app has the Try Me versions. So on your menu, you'll be able to see Try Me. So right here in Try Me, you will tap on that and you will select 3D. So here we have one patient and you can use it for different scenarios. So if you are planning on doing a full mouth rehabilitation, of course, we will also use our dental knowledge and our dental experience along with the GST app. But if you are planning on doing full mouth rehabilitation, I recommend you to use the full GST pictures and video protocol along with the STL. But if you are planning on doing more simpler case, let's say a 4, 5, 6 anterior units, then on your bottom right, you will be able to see just a frontal facial picture and an STL. And that's how we are going to start. So for you to start your case, let's go and Try Me. So right here, what happens? The artificial intelligence will calibrate the picture for you. You will go to your intraoral scan. So where you see in red, you see picture. That means that you can move that picture to one side or to the other. You will also get the reference lines. So those vertical red lines, those are reference lines for you to better calibrate your STL over that picture. So here, you're replacing those lines at the existing teeth of the patient. So incisal line at the incisal edge, vertical line in between the central and lateral, and you do the same on the other side. Right next to picture, you will see that now there is like a red button. I'm gonna do it again. Picture, IO scan. So here on the IO scan, you will be calibrating the STL over that smile. So here you can use the zoom to zoom in and zoom out. You can also move the STL to one side or to the other. You can rotate that STL, and when you're calibrating the STL, what I always tell the doctors when we do our courses, try now to forget a little bit that you're a dentist and try to just place that STL over that smile. It's like parking a car. You'll be rotating until you can place that STL over that smile. Next step will be measurements. That's a time where you have to manually measure the patient's teeth. So you will draw an imaginary line that goes, I'll show here on the app, on the middle third of the central incisor, going all the way to the other side, going all the way over here to the middle third of the other central incisor. You can use a digital caliper, for example, with your patient. So in this patient, she had 17 millimeters because we are getting the width of tooth number 8, or if you don't use the American numbers, we are doing the width of tooth number 11 and the width of tooth number 21, or in American, width of tooth number 8 that goes up to the width in the distal of tooth number 9. Now, let's go to the next step. We are still in the calibration. I'm going slow so you guys can understand, all right? So here, what do you want to do? You want to calibrate the occlusal view. If you notice, these vertical lines, they do not move anymore. Why? Because you already placed those lines in the previous screen. Now what you want to do, you want to move that STL and place it right within those lines. The only line that moves here is the horizontal line. So for this horizontal line, which we call it the incisal line, I want you to place it right at the incisal edges of the central incisors. Once you do that, let's now go to occlusal curve. On the occlusal curve, as we believe that people are not 100% symmetric, you will turn the symmetric curve off. And as I was saying before, I'm now planning only 4 units for educational purposes. So I will be placing this target in the middle, right in between the centrals. The second target, I will place it right here around between the laterals and the canines. And the last target, close the distal area of the canine. What I want to do here is to decide my occlusal curve. So along with your knowledge, your dental knowledge, and according to your clinical exam and your x-rays and all of the other documentation that you may have, or finds that you may have from the occlusion of this person or any other finds, you will then decide here where you want to place that incisal edge of the new smile. Going to the next screen, we will now create our smile frame. And this is the step 2. So the step 2 is the smile design. You will create facially guided 2D smile design using these reference lines. So you will determine the length of the central incisors, the gingival curve, the incisal curve, and all the proportions, just as you know how to do in your smile simulation. So this patient, for example, I'm going to do in America. I'm going to go from tooth number 7 to tooth number 10, and outside of America, I'm going from tooth 22 going all the way to tooth number 12. So as you can see, I'm now setting the proportions based on a facial analysis. What we use here is the red proportion, and we will be covering all these proportions in another webinar. So for now, let's determine this myoframe. Once you determine this myoframe, let's then select one of the natural shapes that has a natural morphology, natural texture, and is used to create the desired result. One of the great things about the DST app is, can you see here John Hatso? So with the John Hatso, once you decide to select the John Hatso for your 3D design, and let's say you want to now send your project to your dental lab, you should ask your dental lab if they use exocad as a CAD software. If they're using exocad, then, my friend, you are in good hands, because DST app has the same smile frames that exocad has, which facilitates the communication with your dental lab as well. Select the smile frame, and then in adjust shapes, you can adjust the shapes just as we learn on smile simulation. Let's go to the next step. Now, here we have to mark the lip. Right, yeah. So here we have to mark the lip. Sure. So before we continue, I have a question. So Mont, yes, you can rewatch this this webinar. We'll be sending the link to you. Now, Sindhu, the software, the CAD software that your lab uses, that has the same shapes that we have here, is exocad. Sure, exocad is E-X-O-C-A-D, exocad. So let's continue. Now let's go to let's now mark the lip. So for you to mark the lip, you'll be marking the lower border of the upper lip. And this is basically a Photoshop-like. So what you want to do here is just to place the new smile within the patient's mouth, so it gives that illusion that you're actually creating that smile within the picture, and show it to the patient. Now, you can select the colors. You have 10 different colors. You can adjust those colors as well. You can add gum layers. Let's say if you want to do a peri procedure, for example, but in this case, we're not going to do it. But if you can add gum layers if needed, we will go over that in another webinar. You can use the stamp tool. So for the stamp tool, you'll be removing anything that you don't think it's important, anything that you don't want to show to your patient. So let's say there's like some sort of the edge of a cusp that is showing out of your smile design. You can remove that into the stamp tool, and you can watch that in our next webinar as well. And then here we have our before and after project. Now, let's go to our 3D design. And here's where the fun starts. On the first page, what you will see, you have 4 view screening to adjust the position of the teeth for a motivational trial restoration design. Now let's go to color. Here in color, you just want to just add another color of your STL so you can actually see how the 3D design will be placed over the STL. So you can choose any color. Now let's go to design. So here in design, what do you want to do? You want to place those 3D teeth to fit within this frame that you created in 2D. So to do that, we have these buttons all the way to the bottom where you can select the tooth and then bring them more buccally, bringing them more to the palate. You can bring it more mesial, you can bring it more distal. And as I said it here before, the goal is to fit those 3D teeth within this frame that you created. So for example here, tooth number 7 or tooth number 12. I'm going to bring it a little bit to the mesial, and then I'll bring it up, apical. And do you notice that it looks like some of the parts of this smile, it's not being totally covered, right? And this is totally normal. Why is it happening? This is happening because this patient has the overlap, an overjet. So the teeth is a little it's too buccal. So that's why some areas are not totally covered. So once you design your 3D design, you can also go here onto your bottom right, and here you can have a view of your 3D design into any direction. You can rotate all within the app. Let's go ahead and now let's see if the 3D design is matching the 2D design that you created before. This is a way of you to follow what you designed all the way to the beginning, all the way from when your patient was also doing the smile design with you. So with this slider, you can now see and have a blueprint of the 2D smile design. And now let's go to our step 4. Step 4, which is one of my favorite parts, is the digital walks up. So on the digital walks up, what are we going to do here? We are going to use a sculpt tool to add or remove or modify the tooth mesh according to this wireframe following the harmony of the facial scan file. So let me go back here to our chat. So Josué is asking, what happens if this wireframe proportion don't fit perfectly in teeth? Well, that happens as we believe that people are not 100% symmetric. So when you are in adjust shapes back into the smile, you can turn your symmetry curve off, and then you'll be able to adjust according to the face analysis of that patient. Another question from Josué: what happens in a deviated dental midline? So for that, then all the way back, all the way to the beginning, when you are looking for the facial flow concept, when you are deciding, when you are creating the analysis of the orofacial, then you have to decide there if you want to create a new dental midline for that patient, or if you want to keep that dental midline. If you want to bring the dental midline according to the face midline, for example, then we recommend the patient to go through a ortho procedure. But then you can still create this smile design and show that patient the final outcome. We will do a webinar for that as well. So now let's go back here into our digital WhatsApp. So here, as I was saying, this canine, for example, it's a little bit too buccal. So what I will do here, I will go to brush, and then I will add some waxing into it. You can also hit move, change the size, and here, look at that. Just imagine yourself doing a handmade WhatsApp just to do these little movements. It takes 10 minutes. And now with the app, you can easily do it within seconds. Here we go. All right, so here we have our mock-up, our motivational mock-up. It's here, beautiful. Now, what is the next step? Next step is to export this file and send it to printing. And I will swap now to my slides because this is a try me version and it's available to you in your app. So before you go and try it with your real patient, let's start practicing with the GSD app. So let me go back here. Okay, so let me go back here. So now, what is the next step? We now will be exporting and saving that case. You can export to your lab and have them print, or if you have a printer in your office, you can also export it into your with your own printer. I'm sorry. So for the 3D printing, we usually use an SLA printing. So, and what kind of resin do we use? We use the SLA resin because with that, you can get a smooth surface finish and a high level detail. So after you 3D print, it's now time for you to call your patient and create your silicon index in order to place that mock-up into the patient's mouth. And here is when you give that patient the wow factor. So once you place that mock-up in your patient, make sure that you take some pictures, put some music on, create a video, and show it to the patient, because then you will be able to not just show how beautiful that person will look now, but also bring back their confidence. And once you become more advanced with the GST app 3D, I want to let you know that we can also do prep guides in order to create minimally invasive procedures. You can also create immediate provisionals for a patient. And I really want you guys to go and try it out so you can master GST app and the 3D workflow as well. Here I have an example. This is a case done by me, Dr. Diogo Alves, Dr. Omar Castro, and Dr. Lucas in my office in Brazil. And here's just an example of a workflow. This patient, young patient, he got hired to become model slash singer, and he wanted some quick procedure. So we had the initial photo. We designed this smile simulation along with the patient. So we got the approval, we got the engagement with the patient. From there, we went to our 3D design. With the 3D design, we placed our mock-up, took some pictures, create some videos, create a case presentation, which we will also be covering that in another webinar. And then after patient approved, we then went to our composite veneers. That patient, he got 10 composite veneers in a total of 2 hours and a half. It was, the whole workflow was done with digital smile design. So to use, so that's Dr. Wayne for the mock-up, we did a mock-up on him. We used the bisacryl, and we did not use immediate provisionals. We did a composite veneers. So everything was done in one time. We used the mock-up, we minimally prepped that case, the patient's mouth, and then we did the composite veneers right on top of it. We will be having a course soon about composite veneers. I'll be also giving some lectures. This case of this patient, I will be creating a case report so you guys can go on our website and take a look at it and also do it yourself. And this is it. You see how amazing and harmonic this smile is. This is all composites, 10 veneers, one session done using 3D design with GSD app. So as a gold member, if you are already a gold member, I just want to remind you that you can create unlimited 2D smile designs. You can create unlimited 3D designs. You can export unlimited PDFs. You can create unlimited case presentations. You can share your case with other gold members so you can have a multidisciplinary treatment plan for your patient. And you can have a premium support with dental degree professionals. We have dentists from all over the globe that work for a GST app. They have different specialties, so we can always speak the same language, and we can help you design your 2D and 3D facially driven smile designs. If you are not a gold member yet, I truly encourage you to start our 30 days free trial. No commitment. You will get all the access just as a gold member. And I want also you to share one of your first smile designs so we can help you design your facially driven smile designs. I will put here in the chat our email. So once you start your free trial, you can teamwork, you can share your design with us, and we can help you make it perfect so you can get higher case acceptance. Let me also share with you the link of our 30 days free trial. There's no commitment. You can cancel at any time, but I would definitely give it a shot. You deserve the best. Your patients deserve the best. And now the digital workflow is going so fast. You must be one of the first ones in your city, in your town. Let's all grow this community. Let's all become better together using the Digital Smile Design app and Digital Smile Design. So guys, this is it for today. I am very happy that we had an amazing group. If you have any further questions, please send it to support@Digital Smile Design app. You can also visit our website, digitalsmiledesignApp.com. You'll be able to find all of our courses, all of our case reports. You learn more about the app, our online course. We are here to make sure that you are mastering digital smile design. Please follow us on Instagram, follow us on YouTube, and I hope to see you all very soon. All right. If you guys have any questions, please send to support@Digital Smile Design app, and we will be more than happy to have you. And for those who are starting the 30 days free trial, welcome to the family. Goodbye, guys.